Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Guys, leave it for me to go on a business trip for the world to just go to hell. We've got some interesting stuff going on, and we've got to talk about it. You'll have to excuse the low production value. Tonight, I was actually planning on talking about like a kit reaction to Lord Vader, and I I don't care about that really. It's the least of my concerns. We have the new kit. We've known that was going to come out soon. Lord Vader is, I already have some shards for him, etc. But here's my just like super brief synopsis so we can talk about more important things because there are way more important things going on right now. Lord Vader is going to be better when he gets his ultimate, and then he'll get even better once he gets Maul. So there you go. He's going to be good, and he'll be better. He won't be as good until he gets his ultimate. So there you go. Video over, right? So here's the thing, folks. I'm not sure. My idea was to have things in the background while I was recording this, but we'll see how the editing software works. You might just be staring at my face. And I'm sure most of you would prefer otherwise, but you can just listen. You can just flip the phone over, put the paper bag over my head, so to speak. So, here's the thing, guys. Lord Vader's coming. We knew that. Free to play is struggling right now. We have a lot of people quitting the game. And you know that I don't like to be a reactionary. I like to wait and see. I like to take a measured response. And I'm still gonna wait and see. Obviously, we're gonna be patient-ish, but I need to discuss this right now because this is impacting me on a personal level because friends are quitting. There's a lot of things going on in the game that are kind of negative right now, and a lot of it is impacting free to play. Now, everyone knows, or at least most of you know, I'm a spender on my main account, and so all this stuff doesn't necessarily affect me that much. My alts are both low enough that it doesn't matter either. Really, like I'm low investment on them anyways. Like I spend some time on them, but my main obviously gets the majority of my attention. So this is impacting the community in a lot of ways, and I don't think that I should just because it doesn't impact me. I don't think I should just stay quiet. We need to talk about this. So the game is a little bit on the edge. I don't know. I don't want to be the reactionary sort that just says the game's going to die. It's going to die a fiery death, and we're all screwed. And I don't think that that's necessarily the case. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, if things keep going this way, maybe. But we've got a lot of ththings going on, guys. So free to play, man. It's getting harder. So there's a lot of people. That's what she said. Obligatory. That's what she said there, guys. It's getting harder. So, sorry to digress, though. My thought here, guys. There are three different things that are going on for free to play that weren't a month ago, and it's I think it's hurting. It's hurting them a lot, and I don't necessarily think it's great because we need all players to play. Like we can't just have a game full of whales and krakens. We can't just have a game of spenders. If we want to have a big community, a vibrant community full of theory crafting and diverse takes on things, like we need free to play. That they are an integral part. I know I kind of poked fun at them with my sketch the other day, but I mean, free to play. I have a lot of free to play friends, and one of them quit today, and I don't know if they're just being reactionary themselves. I kind of think they should maybe stick it out a little longer. But a lot of you who have watched my live streams know, we have the 50% rule for Weevil, for Derp, for this guy who we really like. He talks a lot, and so we delete half of his things on on the stream, and it's just kind of funny. But and he plays along with it well as well. So it's nothing bad. But he quit today. He's free to play, and it was because of the Kenobi update. So Gosh, okay, all right. How to begin? Let's talk about the Kenobi update real quick. So, Kenobi has a few new things, and CG had said that they were going to change how their AI interacted with Supreme Leader Kylo and the zombie cheese. They said that they were going to, and so they did. And now Supreme Leader Kylo can't beat General Kenobi, at least not with Cat. This is all under the assumption that the person's using Cat, because eventually everyone will have her if they really want to. So Supreme Leader Kylo's out. Sith Eternal is also out because he can also hit underneath protection on Sith Eternal and just destroy him. So General Kenobi is basically, I don't know, he's GL proof beyond, like Lord Vader, obviously, the mirror, obviously, with Cat, and then like maybe Jedi Master Luke can do it. Probably, but you have to use the Titans teams. You're using like Jedi Luke, you're using General Skywalker, etc. It's not a cheap team to be able to beat Kenobi, and that hurts people who don't have all the Galactic Legends and stuff if they can't counter the meta. Not to mention, like, Lord Vader's going to be hard enough to counter, but General Kenobi, right now, they were able to climb at least a little bit, and they can't. And so now they can't win first place in Arena. And that's, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe that's not the biggest deal. Like, my alts don't get first place. They don't even get close. They couldn't, even if they wanted to. But that kind of hurts. That's not the only thing though. So if that was the only thing, maybe we could just like be just fine. Another thing though, folks, is what's going on with Conquest. Conquest is a mess. It's a huge, ridiculous, awful, tangled, stupid mess. I always hated it already because you have to spend so much time and effort on it for one account. The second account, if you have a second one, and I have 3 accounts. Luckily, I have someone to help me on my third, but on the second account, I can't get the red box already. I couldn't at any point because, I mean, I think I could have if I put enough time into it, but it's just too time intensive to do Conquest on both. And that's fine. It's my choice to have an alt. I'm not trying to say that I deserve to be able to do it or something like that. If I had like 7 accounts, could I say the same? I think it's ludicrous. But my point here is my main account always got the red box. Now, they changed Conquest in a lot of ways. So like disregarding like how long it was delayed, it took forever for them to re-release it to finally be able to start unlocking mall shards, and then they had to take it down after some people had already gotten 10 to 15 mall shards already purchased. So and a bunch of materials that they got that I didn't even have a chance to get. I mean, that's also maybe excusable, but this Conquest is way more time intensive. You have to do a bunch of stupid feats, and a lot of those feats are not small or mid game player friendly at all. Like they're you have to have a big account. And my main account, we'll get it. I'll get the red box. Everything will be good on my main. My alt, I don't think I could get it if I wanted to, but here's the problem, guys. They changed the format so much that I couldn't get the red box on my alt, even if I spent every single energy that I got before it overloaded and I couldn't gain any more energy. Like if I used every naturally occurring piece of energy, it would all just it would amount to not getting the red box. You have to spend on refreshes to be able to get it, and you have to do a bunch of really dumb side quests to get it. Like the feats are just so hard. They're forcing us to engage for hours, and it's nice that we got the assault battle sim. I love that. It really is cool, but it's not enough. At least with the assault battles, we could just hit auto. Conquest, you just spend hours. You spend hours doing it, and it's painful. You have to pay refreshes, and you not only do you have to do refreshes, you have to do them every day. I used to be able to do it like one day or one Conquest. I was able to just I was like, okay, I'm on vacation next week. I'm just going to power through. So I just spent on a bunch of refreshes, finished in a week, and called it good. this time we have to spend all the way through to the end, and they want us to engage this whole time, but it is really work intensive. And if you want an alt, you can't do it. So, like, my buddy Solo Base is thinking of giving up his like super successful free to play alt because he just doesn't have time for it. It's a big mess. Conquest is ludicrous right now. I've never liked it, so maybe I'm biased, but it's not in a good place right now, and it hurts me. It hurts me, but it also hurts the people who are free to play, who are in the mid game range, who don't have Phoenix to just kill a bunch of units, and who don't have Bad Batch yet, who have to get a bunch of kills with them, like, who don't have a ton of extra crystals to buy refreshes. I think that the crystals part is even bigger because they can't win in arena now because they can't clear Kenobi and stuff. And on top of all of this, they released Executor, which some free-to-play guys have it, some people don't. And if you don't have it, you can't get to number one now because they changed it so that no one but the people with Executor can get into top. I mean, you can win sometimes, but it's a big mess. It's a fiasco. It is not consistent. Like, people are releasing guides on how to effectively two-shot teams, Executor teams, with two different fleets that aren't Executor. Like, that's the depth of what we're at right now. Of, like, you can do that in GAC, you can do that in Territory Wars, you can't do that in Arena. So, free-to-play, a lot of free-to-play guys were like, well, at least we get top spot in Fleet every day. And that my alt could do that if I wanted to spend the time doing Arena. And, maybe even my third account. But it doesn't really work. Gosh, this wall is like vibrating. It's super weird. You guys can probably hear it, but hotels. No one likes them. Even Holiday Inn Expresses with a free continental breakfast. Anyways, so I don't know. Not every single element that I'm discussing is going to impact the free-to-play community in the same way. And the thing is, this is also impacting spenders too. I think that it's just big that you can't spend extra money really and make Conquest go faster because you have to do so many refreshes, so many feats. It just takes a lot of time. You have to wait for all the characters to refresh and to get, to pep up again and be able to do their thing. And I don't know, it's not fun. And there's a lot of people who are quitting, including my buddy Weevil, and that makes me sad. So, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna say like we need to boycott CG right now. I'm feeling discouraged, and as a content creator, I want to say that there's a ton of hope right now, and I think there is in the terms of like the new Vader looks interesting. We know now that the original Vader, the OG Vader, got nerfed just to go with him, like we had speculated. I speculated it. I'm a genius. No. But, I don't know. This is a tough pill to swallow, guys. The community is hurting, and I guess all I have to say is be good to each other, folks. We'll figure this out. Let's get through this and, get through to the other side. I'll be coming out with a few more videos here in the next few days, and I don't think that the game is dead. I don't think it's just going to go away immediately, but let's hope that the devs make some good choices. We as a community have had a rough month, and it would be very nice to get a little something good in return, especially for the free-to-play guys. So, that being said, folks, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. I love all of you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails. And hopefully the free-to-play community and the rest of the community. All right.